There was about 6 or 7 guys down at the railroad tracks along the river. They were heading east, and when we got in a big
and then we shot
8 to 10, they're all dead.
Well, we hit them multiple times, and then they fucked off. And then I am live streaming for a friend. I'm sitting at front door at the moment.
Top now. That's perfect,
so
man. Good stuff, Brian. Good, and Brian, both of y'all. The Ions, good job.
But they
kind
of fucked off, and then a couple, I think, ran up here, but they're dead. But oh yeah, I hear them shooting right now. I think they're raiding just on the.
They are. I heard an IED go off.
There's a dead guy in the tunnel. He's very dead.
Good job. Yeah, I was eating and talking to my parents about everything.
Yeah.
I
do have
antidotes. We freaked out for a minute because we saw those 8 to 10 dudes running uphill to us, and we freaked out. We were like, "Oh fuck, man!"
That's when you just called me, bro. But no, it was funny. Oh no, we were just eating dinner because I haven't moved out yet, so I'm still waiting on that whole situation with Taylor. But we were eating dinner, and my dad had me laughing because he was like, well, he goes, guess you probably just got 20 million more votes. And I was like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy spotted him apparently and told him, but they didn't do anything. Listen to this.
Listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof. And he had a gun, right? He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police are like, oh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof.
Of course not.
We see him right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him up the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out. You'll say roof's not going 100%. 100%. He was up there for
Jesus, yeah. Like I said, I think they honestly tried to. You don't ever put it near a building. You don't. There's all these precautions taken, and it's the same thing that's happened before, where they just leave a small little window. Just saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. I just don't understand.
Yeah, roofs like that should have had Secret Service on them.
They usually do. That's the weird part.
Well, at least the shooter's dead. Constantly say my... To be fair, I constantly say my prime minister should be shot. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go get a gun and assassinate him. I'm too good looking for prison. I'm good. I'll just vote his ass out. Ain't no way he's winning, not with him losing Toronto. And Quebec never votes Liberal, so yeah, well, Conservatives. Well, to put it into perspective, Toronto and the city, surrounding cities have been liberal for about a decade, and for the first time in a decade, they're conservative now. So. Yeah, but the thing is, your third party people never get like any attention. Every major party has a chance to become prime minister.
Yeah, well, the issue here is, one, we have only 2 parties, but the second thing is the majority of people, this is where we're at, though, and it's all because of social media and people not being free thinkers. I hear so many people that I know that are so smart when it comes to book smart, but I'm like, look, you don't have to like Trump, you don't have to vote for Trump, you don't have to like Biden, you don't have to vote for Biden. I don't care who you like or who you vote for. Just be a free thinker. Even if we don't agree on views, don't make your decision off of 5-second Instagram clips. And so many people I know think they're free thinkers. They're like, oh, I watched a bunch of his speeches, stuff, him talking, I watched this little, and it's like a bunch of edited clips or clips from CNN or stuff, which CNN did, that's a whole nother thing. They got caught cutting out parts of his speech to make it, like, piece it together to say something completely different. Point being, they just go off of 5 little second to a minute long clip that they see on Instagram or TikTok, and they don't go through the full story. They don't watch the full thing on anything because their attention span's too short, because they just are addicted to the system of their phone and need the constant dopamine rush of their 30-second clips, and that's where they get all their information from. And then your phone just tells you Trump bad, Biden good, but then they don't, and they're like, okay, I guess, you know,
like
but
Trump
and then the phone
bad,
goes
but Biden a bit worse.
Well, no, but the media for a while was praising. Yeah, and it's like, in 1998, was it, or 1992?
It was pretty while back, yeah. Oh, dude! To the canteen? Oh, boy! If I could be arrested and charged for the shit I say in this party, I'd be locked up for life!
Here's what, for real. But here's the thing, is like, he said it in a private conversation in the 90s. In the 90s. Now, time doesn't always fix everything you say, that's not what I'm saying, but in this particular, it was a joke made in the 90s. So what, some kid calls some fat person fat and ugly when they're 5 and now they're 40, and you're gonna be like, oh, he's fat phobic, freaking crucify his ass? Like,
nah, bro, the new thing is for Trump now is to crucify him for being Epstein's friend. I've seen it everywhere recently.
Yeah, it's funny though, because
it was stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, objectify yourself and then preach that you're not an object. And it's like, but then you objectify yourself. And they're like, it's me being free. It's like my coworker. She's 40-something years old. And she honestly is a great person, like, in terms of, as a person, like, where her heart's at.
You did?
Okay. She's just confused and lost in this world, truly. But she's a really good person. I think she just needs... She would try to help anybody she could and try to make the best decision with what she has, but she makes terrible decisions in her own personal life on, you know, bad decision making. But point being, same thing. It's always, you know, screw the patriarchy and screw the man, but then...
No.
She sleeps... She's married, but then she sleeps with all these other people because their marriage is open, and then she just sleeps with all these people
I'm gonna throw
and
at you.
use her, and I'm like, okay, so how is that, if they're using you...
You dropped the chicken on you, stupid! Well, yeah,
just
don't
go-
fucking drop the chicken on himself.
But it's like, you
What
go
a
with all these
fucking
different
idiot.
people and then complain about stuff of, you know, Me Too and the patriarchy and screw this. It's like you literally just objectified yourself to. It's like you just objectified yourself to to 20 men in the past year that aren't your husband. Objectified yourself, was it used, you know, once or twice and then pushed aside, and then turn around and like, it's like, and you have to look at the polar opposites too. What's considered a radical left and a radical right? Radical right, you want God in your home, a good moral compass, want to own guns to preserve your family most of the time, and want to just have freedom, do whatever you want. You know, so God-fearing, constitutional wanting person is considered far right extreme. Yeah, it's considered radical far right as a, you know, church-going, basically a church-going family that puts the Constitution and guns like high up on their list of priorities, and, you know, want freedom and less federal control. That's considered like radical right now. But then radical left is chopping children's body parts off and mutilating them and giving them sex blockers and pedophile rights and all this crazy shit. It's just wild where we're at right now. And it's just like people just sit there and listen to their phone for a 30-second clip. Anyways, that's my tangent. It just pisses me off. So like people just sit there. I know so many people who just listen to what their phone says. Their phone says it's all right. I watch this 30-second clip, and I watch this YouTuber who's, you know, got 10 million viewers and is sponsored by all these big companies. Absolutely, you know, who don't have supposedly an agenda behind it, but then they say some wild off the hair shit. Like, who says this shit 10 years ago? People weren't saying this shit. This shit didn't exist 12 years ago. All of it spiked in 2012. Before that, literally nothing was being spoken of this shit. It's wild.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It's all stupidity. Not because if you believe in something, you're considered radical.
Yep, exactly.